Now, I realize you guys are sick of looking at arrays, right? We've talked about them nonstop over the past few videos, and we're almost done. 2 more videos on arrays, and then we can move on to something else, I promise. So we're going to be looking at multi-dimensional arrays. Now, these are going to be fancy, right? The arrays we've been looking at so far, they've been practical, but they're boring as hell. They're the Prius of arrays. This is what we've been working with so far, right? We have the Prius array over here. That's definitely not how you spell Prius. So I guess yeah, I'll leave it like that. I think that's how you spell Prius. I really don't know. And we just had a bunch of numbers on one line over here, right? We've just had something like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And while this might be fuel efficient, it's really not that cool. I mean, good luck getting a girlfriend when you drive something like this. Or if you drive something like this, a bunch of numbers, you're probably a mental patient. But whatever. I mean, this is what we have right here, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. That's not very fun. How about we get something like this? Look at this here. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Now this is not very fuel efficient, but look at that. That's fancy, right? This is much better than the Prius. So how can we design something like this? A multi-dimensional array where we have rows, which are the horizontal ones, and we have columns, which are the vertical ones. So we have 3 rows and we have 3 columns. How exactly can we design that? And how exactly can we access specific values inside of a multi-dimensional array like this? Well, we have our Prius array up here. Let's go ahead and design something that's going to be cooler than a Prius, which is a not Prius. So we have a not Prius over here. Rather than just putting one open and closed square brace to indicate that we're working with an array, you're going to put 2. The first one represents that you have rows, and the second represents that you have columns. Now, inside of your curly braces, you're going to want to do something a little bit differently. So let's make a little bit of space here so we have room to work. You're going to make more curly braces inside of your curly braces. Each one of these is going to represent a row. So we have our first row over here, 1, 2, 3, right? We know that here we want to have this first row, 1, 2, 3, and there we have it right here. Now you close off that curly brace and you're going to go ahead and put a comma and open up a new one for your second row, 4, 5, 6. Do the same process, and now you can make another one, 7, 8, 9, right there. And now we have our multi-dimensional array. It's pretty much that simple. Go ahead and close it like that. And now we have our there it is. So we have our first row, second row, and third row. Remember, this corresponds to your 0 column. Remember, you still have to start counting at 0. So this is column number 0. This is part of column number 0 as well. And this is also part of column number 0. Keep that in mind, because now we want to go ahead and print out some specific values from this array. We know that if we're going to refer to an array anywhere else after we've actually specified our array, say we're to write the Prius and I write 2 inside of it. Well, we know if I wrote Prius 2, I'm talking about the position 2 value inside of the Prius array, right? So I'm not really talking about the array here. This is actually a value. This would be equal to the 3, right? Because this is position 0, position 1, and position 2. So I'm talking about that 3 over there. So this is really a value if I talk about this. Well, the same applies for your multi-dimensional array. So if we want to go ahead and actually snipe out a value from there and print it out, let's go ahead and put an output request here. Print out, print line, and I'm going to go ahead and put my not Prius array, and I'm going to put 2 boxes. Now, what am I going to put inside of those boxes, right? Well, you're going to have to put the coordinates, for example. Say I want to put this 1 out. Say I want to print the 1 out. Well, the 1 is at row position 0. Now, the first box represents the row, so it's at position 0, and it's also in the 0 column, right? So I'm going to put 0 there as well, and we'll go ahead and print this out, and we'll see that we're going to get a 1 printed out. So we're able to snipe that out. Now, what if I wanted to go ahead and get something different? What if I wanted this 5, for example? We know that this 5 is at row 1, which is right over here, which is the second row, but it's still row position 1. And then we have our row 1 column. So we have 1, 1, and that's going to print out the 5. So if I go ahead and put 2 1s in here, and I messed that up, what the hell is going on? There we go. Oh my God, this is a disaster. There we go. So I put 2 1s inside of there. Now we're going to get the 5. So you can see how we can just go ahead and snipe out the values inside of a multi-dimensional array. So that's how we work with multi-dimensional arrays. If you have any questions regarding that, please leave a comment below and I'll respond to you as soon as possible. And we'll be looking at how we can print out this entire array in the next video, like a table. See you guys then.